Hello everyone, Mirror Witch 13 here. I would like to discuss a little bit more about religion, spirituality, and everything going along those lines. Now, as I said in my other video, in part one of this train of thought, I do have a respect for atheists because they only believe that which is concrete, factual, and provable. Now, if you're going to go in the direction of believing in things that are not concrete, non-factual, and non-provable, but something that is personal to you that you experienced, I believe that because those things are not concrete, factual, or provable, they can be modified to fit society. For example, the Muslim belief system. Now, there's a lot of tension surrounding the Nation of Islam right now because there are terrorists that are doing very violent things in the name of their religion. Now, you have one group of people that say, well, they shouldn't be allowed to have that religion because it's dangerous. And you have another group of people who say, well, if you put a law out there saying that people aren't allowed to have a certain religion because it's considered dangerous, that's a slippery slope of thought basically being the thought police, and it could lead to a lot of negative freedoms being encroached upon, at least in America. I actually believe that, once again, I'm being very neutral in this, but I actually believe that you're both right. You see, you can't force people not to believe, not to be Muslim. You can't do that. Because, as I said before in my other video, spirituality, philosophy, all of those things are intensely personal, and I believe that that is an area where you do not have the right to tell anyone what to think or do. However, in that particular religion, there are aspects that can be considered dangerous to our way of life in Western society. For example, homosexuals are not accepted in that religion. If anything, killing them is a mercy to them because it stops them from committing sin. And there are people in the Islamic religion who do believe this to be true. And there are verses in the Quran that would indicate that this is an accurate way of dealing with the situation of homosexuality. Now, the sad part is, I believe that there are a lot of Islamic individuals who don't agree with that practice. Just as a Christian, I didn't agree that homosexuals should be changed and stopped from being what they are. I believe that there are people in the Islamic faith who feel the same way that I used to. Now, what happened to me was that I had to evolve. And that is why that is kind of my whole philosophy, that in spirituality and faith, you have to take the things that do not serve you out of, even if it's part of the traditional religion, if it's a negative thing that doesn't serve you and it's not conducive to the growth, health, and happiness of society as a whole, simply take it out and disregard it. Yes, I'm saying cherry pick. I'm saying modify, because how else will we be able to live together? So I propose, I know no one would probably take this proposal very seriously, but in regards to the Islamic faith, I propose that we create a Western philosophy Islamic hybrid where you still practice most of the traditions of Islam. You still worship Allah. You still have the core principles that do bring good things into your life. And I do believe that exists in the Nation of Islam. There is some goodness, otherwise people wouldn't be drawn to it at all. Keep those things, but the things that are harmful, the things that do not serve you, the things that don't speak of love and of goodness, we simply disregard. You can call this new belief system Neo-Islam or Neo-Muslimism, something similar in those lines, so that you can eliminate the problem. Now, the reason why this is easy for me to accept is because obviously I've done this in my own belief system. I've seen things in Christianity that I find problematic, and I've decided, no, I'm not going to accept that. But then I see things in Christianity that I say, I believe in that. That is good. It is good to turn the other cheek when someone is being nasty to you. It is good to love God. It is good to serve God. It is good for us to engage in those positive things. But the negative ones, you don't have to accept them. And the reason why I think this is allowed is because in this day and age, we have the power to do what we want. We have the power to believe what we want. At least in America we do. Why can't I enjoy those privileges to the fullest extent? And if there is something in a religion or belief system that is harmful to another person, I don't have to abide by it. I don't have to. I can take the things that serve me and disregard the things that don't. And the reason why this makes a lot of sense to me is because we are in a time of science and technology where we are making new discoveries every day. Things that we used to believe are changing on a regular basis. We used to believe that the earth was flat. And when we reached the level of knowledge to see that the earth is not flat, did we disregard knowledge altogether? No, we adapted. We used to believe that homosexuality was a perversion. But now we know that there is actually genetics that are involved in that. There are actually things that make a person gay that they have no control over. It's who they are. There are things that make a person transgendered that are out of their control. We can't look at another person and cast judgment on them if they are not harming us in any way. We know this. We can't look at another person and cast judgment on them because their skin color is different from ours. We know this. Why can't we have this same philosophy in our spirituality? The one place where we do need to grow as a society.